Content disclaimer: the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. Purposes such as criticism. All right. Good afternoon, family. Good afternoon to everybody out there in the road. Welcome to an afternoon special with Dr. B. Will be coming up in the next few minutes. Dr. B got a big free webcast coming up tonight at 7 p.m. We want to shout that brother out. The Body Never Lies, Class 3 Introduction. So yes, Dr. B has a big webcast tonight at 7 p.m. And remember, if you want to support Dr. B, make sure you go to elevationtime.com. That's elevationtime.com. And remember, also, you can hit up Dr. B at the Linktree/Doctah B Sirius. That's Linktree/Doctah B Sirius. And also through his YouTube. You can watch him on YouTube at Doctah B Sirius on YouTube. So he'll be up here with us momentarily. Enough respect. I hope everybody enjoyed Baba Lloyd Strayhorn last night. We had a very good time. We went down memory lane with Lloyd Strayhorn last night. We had a good time. So everybody, tell everybody that Dr. B is going to be coming up in the next few minutes right here on King Simon Presents. Make sure his links are pinned to the top of the chat. His links are pinned at the top of the chat. And remember, please like, subscribe, share, thumb up the video, share it with at least 5 or 10 people, because you know when Dr. B gets in, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. And remember, make sure you circulate to the machine. Make sure you circulate to the machine and support our podcast. You are listening to King Simon Presents Only Quality People. King Simon Presents Only Quality People. We're broadcasting not only on Facebook, but we're broadcasting on Instagram. We're broadcasting on YouTube. And we're getting ready to bring on the great Doc right now. It is now 12 o'clock. And, without any further ado, my brother from another mother, one of our esteemed great ones. Of course, he won the Spiritual Awards 2024 at the Forbidden Knowledge. Let's give a well-deserved round of applause to my dear brother, my great one, Doctah B Sirius, as we welcome him back right here on King Simon Presents. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing amazingly well. How are you?
I am wonderful, my brother. It's always good to see you, bro. It's always good to see you. Always good to be.
It's always an honor to be here with you.
Man, thank you very much for accommodating this short notice. I text you and say, let's do it. We're broadcasting on Instagram, we're broadcasting on YouTube, and we're broadcasting on Facebook. So this is good. And as people coming in and lining in right now, so I'm liking it. And so, but you got something special tonight. A free cast, webcast. And I like the title because you saying the body never lies. It reminds me of a song. It does.
Yes.
It never lies. So what is that all about, my brother? What can we expect tonight for this great webcast?
Well, tonight's free webcast, we're going to give an introduction to the class that we're doing on Saturday. Mm-hmm. The class is called The Body Never Lies, Class 3. It's a 3-part class course that, we have on elevationtime.com. So if you missed 1 and 2, you have it, you can go and still sign up for that. Right. So tonight I'll be giving an introduction to what this is about. For those who don't know about kinesiology, one of the most effective and most powerful tools to get a definite yes or no from the cosmos about whether you should move forward or backwards or make any choice or decision. So tonight I'll be giving an introduction to class 3. And in class 3, we're going to give the actual technique, because the first 2 classes was a lot about theory and about uncovering who you are. Class 3 is going to get more into the technique. And it's interesting because class 2 was all questions that people would write and ask themselves. Right. Because if you're asking a question, who's asking a question and how you're asking a question is really important. And if you're asking a question from a disagreeable point of view, you will receive a disagreeable answer. So it's about neutralizing yourself and getting into this flow state, this zone in between. This called the gap, creating the gap where you're in what they call a whole brain state. So you're not forcing the test to say yes or no. A lot of times people are forcing the test. They're forcing what they desire on the world.
Right.
We will be talking about that tonight, but we're also going to talk tonight about, seasonal parasites and detoxification, why that's important. And we'll also be talking about, just some of the products that we have at Elevation and why eating in the season is important. All of these things has to do with who you are. And when you're asking questions, right? If your body is toxic, you're going to get certain answers. If you're full of parasites, you're going to get a whole nother group of answers. If you're eating out of season, then you are not, any of these things are not in alignment, you're not in alignment with your actual self. So tonight we're going to get deep into breaking that down of why would you need to, have these things in alignment. And also, we're moving into what they call the holiday season.
Yes.
This is when a whole lot of folks get off balance.
Yes.
This is when emotions come online. You know what I'm saying? This is when folks start eating in certain ways that they, normally wouldn't eat, but it's for the family and it's for celebration or it's for depression. Right. So, and did you know that between what they call Thanksgiving and New Year's is the number 1 time of the year when people get sick from chronic illnesses or die?
Yes, that's right.
From Thanksgiving, what they call Thanksgiving,
right,
straight through to what they call New Year's.
And Doc, when you say that, when I was in an active member in the Nation of Islam, I see why the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the How to Eat to Live guide always told us to fast in December and start doing a detox in November, especially around the Thanksgiving, the holidays, and all that. When we eat a lot, I see where they're going. And I want to thank you also for introducing me to that book about your brain on parasites. Very good book. I got that book. I love that book, man, and I'm still going through it. But thank you very much for that. So I think that the seasonal eating, would you say that are there particular foods or herbs or fruits or vegetables that we should eat in particular seasons? Would you say that?
We're going to make it real simple.
Yeah, please.
If you eat the foods that begin with P, you'll be in the season. P is the 7th letter.
Yes, it is.
So September is actually the 7th month if you go by the original calendar.
That's true.
So P, right? P foods pop up in September, which is the beginning of fall. So you have foods like pears, pumpkins, pomegranates, papaya, plantain. We know plantain, right?
Right. Of course.
Parsley, purple potatoes, parsnips, persimmon, cabbage, pistachios, plums. They all pop up at the same time to give you the nutrition needed as the sun's angle has changed. So we're getting as much of the energy from the sun in the fall and winter as we were getting in the summer and spring. So it's about, aligning our gut so that our gut is responding. Right. The gut response is huge. Yes, the gut response is huge. You're a martial artist, you don't wait till somebody swings. No. You're at a place on the event horizon where you could feel the energy of them about to swing. There's little movements, there's facial expressions, there's energy that comes from that person that says they're about to do something. Yes, sir. So this same thing is happening in the universe before every event. When we're in a mindset of precognition, we're able to feel an event just before it happens. But for that, your gut has to be right. The gut bacteria has got to be right. The gut feeling. I mean, how many times have we made choices? Our gut said no. Yep. And then we go against our gut because we have this thing called give them the benefit of the doubt. Why would you give anybody the benefit of a doubt? A doubt already says that this is not in alignment. It already is saying no. That's the body saying no. This is why we say the body never lies. That's right. It's telling you the truth. But then you send the information up to your cranial brain and you begin to think and you begin to try to figure this out. Yes, right. Sir. Well, they're probably good people. They got nice shoes on and, they got a good post, good presence on the internet. So no, if you feel that it is not right for you, then you say no. And what a lot of us do is we call our friends and family. Yes, sir. And you ask them a question about a choice you should be making. And they give you an answer based on their point of view. Well, guess what? You're about to be way out now because they have no idea who you truly are. And this is deep. Let's go here. Yes, please. We think we know people. You only know an aspect of a person, and you only know the person when they're around you. You know how that is. Yeah. I remember I used to go home, right? When I was, in the music business heavy, I'd, be out cussing and drinking and doing all the stuff in the music business. I was wild. Yes. I'd get to my parents' house, and the minute I drive in the driveway, my character changes. You become another person. You go into a subconscious mode. That's and true. You present yourself differently than with your parents or with close ones than you do maybe out in the world. That's right. That's right. That's right. It's an automatic thing. So when you say you know somebody, you know the presentation that they've given you. It's not that they're lying. You just know how they show up for you. Right. So when you ask somebody, you're making a very important choice in your life, and you ask somebody else, they're going to give you it from their perspective. And sometimes people are afraid for you in the name of love. That's true. Right. Think about that. How do those even live in the same dimension? Fear and love. And love. Right. I'm afraid for you. So we're going to give you this answer to keep things safe, what we think would be safe. Don't do it. Don't do it. And, I read something about them, Years ago, they got in some trouble. Years ago, they got in some trouble. And you don't even know exactly what the trouble was. You only know what you heard from third parties and all of that kind of stuff. So we make judgments a lot of times based on what we call intelligence.
Right.
Intelligence is information from the past. It's not present. It's not now, because people change. People change every day. People have experiences that change their entire life in an instant.
Yes, sir.
So if you have this idea about someone or something that's from the past, it's not now. And the choice that you're about to make about whatever you're going to do is based on what's in the air right now, what's in the cosmos right now. We are connected to this cosmic grid. There is this universal consciousness that we're connected to.
That's right.
Most of the time, we're trained not to trust that or not to even do it or use it. Like they say, well, I don't know, spirit told me to blah, 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 blah. Well, who is spirit? When people say that, what are they talking about spirit? That's you.
That's right.
Spirit told me. God told me. God technically has to be you. Because how could you exist if you were not a part of what they're calling the godness?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So what we're teaching in this course, The Body Never Lies, is how to make an informed choice or decision based on what's best for you. Tonight's free webcast will be exploring that a bit, but the course is actually going to be on Saturday, the class number 3. You can go to elevationtime.com. Right on the front page, you can join the course. Right. It's one of the most important things that I've learned. I use this when I'm making formulations, when I'm making music. Which instrument am I going to play? When I work with artists in the studio, I've used this for many years. This type of muscle testing, this kinesiology, it gives me an affirmative yes or no, not based on my mind, not based on my ego and what I want. What's based on me? What's based on who I am? What's based on my destiny? Because a lot of us don't even know what our true destiny is. We don't really know.
That's right.
We don't know what's about to come. So with each choice you make in every second is what's going to create the next one.
That's correct.
So like they say, tomorrow, the future never really comes. There is no future. It's to now, or what I call tomorrow. What's going to create tomorrow is right now.
Tomorrow.
We have these ideas. Oh, in 20 years, I want to be blah, 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 blah. And I want to do this. Okay. So every choice that you make needs to be based on an alignment, a natural alignment that opens up that channel, that opens up that path, or that Tao, what they call in Asia, the Tao, which is a path. So this class is so important. Yeah. And a lot of people say, well, Dr. B, I already do kinesiology. This particular kinesiology, I've never seen done. I only know, the people who taught me, but other than that, the regular kinesiology where they do the muscle test with the arm.
Yes, sir.
This is the next level of that, because where your eyes are positioned has a lot to do with the answer you're about to receive. Your chin, your posture, your feet, where your feet are positioned.
Right.
You see, that's big, right? In martial arts.
That's right.
The stance. That's the main thing. The stance.
The stance.
So that has to do with standing on your square. That has to do with standing on your circle. Where you're coming from has to do with how you're standing. Your posture, which has a lot to do with the way the cerebral spinal fluid moves up and down your spine. They call that the Kundalini energy. The position of your body, where you're facing, has a lot to do with the answer to the question you just asked. And here's another important thing.
Yes, sir.
I was talking to Billy and Elizabeth the other day, and I did a interview with them.
Yes.
And I found out that most of the people who have taken this course with us in the past, the first question they ask is my spouse cheating on me? Or does such and such love me? And do you know, almost every time the answer they get is no?
Because?
It's because you already came from a disagreeable place.
That part.
You're already projecting that out into the cosmos, which is listening to. You're doing something called wave casting. And the universal field will respond based on the marker, the strongest marker or the strongest anchor that you have, which is going to be the disagreeable.
Right.
If you've asked a question in a disagreeable way, you will get a disagreeable answer. You said, is my such and such cheating on me? Which means that in you, you're cheating. You're already cheating in your mind. You've projected cheating on others. You feel that you cheated, so probably others are cheating. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So when you say projection, people can actually project a negative relationship and a positive relationship. That's what you're saying.
They're doing it every day.
Every day. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Based on their perception, based on their programming, and I'll even go deeper, based on their life path.
That part. Okay, you're right. You're right. Exactly. Especially with numbers, especially when it comes to numbers. I understand. I see it all the time. I see the good and the constructive and the destructive and what they can lead down to. Yes.
There's been times people will ask me, they say, well, Dr. B, I'd like some advice. Do you think I should blah, 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 blah? And many times I say, you need to go talk to King Simon first. Do you know your life path? Do you know what you're already aligned with? Do you know what you're already working with?
That's right.
Or are you coming from a place of being a victim? Are you coming up of a place of weakness? Even how you ask the question is important.
Yes.
If you ask a question and it has anything of the disagreeable in it, it's going to say yes.
Even when you're doing pendulums also, correct?
Man, you can manipulate the pendulum. You can manipulate the muscle test. There's people that manipulate the lie detector test because this comes from the concept of the lie detector comes from this. Your pulse, muscle tension, your breathing, your heart rate, all of that changes.
I have one. Lie detector.
You feel me?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, this is very, very powerful when you realize what it is.
Yes.
We've had this technology all the time.
Yes.
It's built into the system. It's built into the melanocytes. It's built into the carbon that we're made of. We're connected to the universe in a cosmic way. But we're sometimes asking the question from a place of not having. This is really important. People who have been oppressed for a long period of time,
yes,
actually begin to agree with oppression because subconsciously the oppressor is the winner. And wouldn't you like to be a winner?
Exactly.
So you subconsciously have chosen to be a part of oppression. Now, Dr. B, you reaching right now. Listen to me. Some people only know oppression.
That's true.
So when they get off the farm, when they get off the plantation, they may still be on it mentally, even spiritually. Some of their spiritual paths that they chose was the path that the oppressor offered them. Think about that.
That part.
Your spiritual path may have been chosen from the person, right, who created the whole idea for you to keep you on the farm mentally, physically, spiritually, and cosmically. So once a person has been in oppression long enough or abused long enough, they will protect the abuser.
Yep.
There's been times when you have prisoners of war, and they had people who captured them for many years. Stockholm, they call it Stockholm syndrome, where somebody comes to rescue them and they fight for the oppressor. They fight for their captor. And they even have gone to court because that's what they begin to call their world. Some of them call it love. This is why people who have been abused will look for a relationship that will abuse them again. You try to pull them out, and they're trying to, you're in the hospital, right? With a broken this and a cut that and a slit this and a shot that, shot that. And they start trying to, well, he was just mad and I made him upset. And they keep going back to their abuser.
That's right. That's right.
Even in what we call the Black community. We may not even realize we're doing this, that you're actually abusing yourself by choosing and trying to, you know what it is. One group will abuse others. They get in a position of power, even their own people. And they may even put more emphasis on abusing or putting down their own people to prove to the oppressor that they're part of the power syndrome of the oppressor. I've seen this when I got stopped by cops. 3 white cops and 1 black cop. They send the black cop to my car. Right. The black cop is treating me in a way and saying things because he got to prove that he's a part of their clan.
Get down with them. Yep. That's right.
Oh, it's deep. It's deep. Look how a lot of women will have more hatred for a woman.
Yep.
That they don't even really know because of the concept of oppression. It's competition is in there. I got to be strong. I got to be hard on her. And I don't really like myself subconsciously. So I don't like her. Men do this too. There's another type of oppression or abuse that the person who's been abused for long periods of time elects to do is they abuse themselves. Self-abuse. They become saboteurs and they sabotage their own goals. They'll fight and argue for their own weakness. Well, I've been this way a long time and I ain't gonna never change. And my people was like this and this is just the way we are. Whoa. That's arguing and fighting for your weakness. When we're attempting to help you with your strengths. So when you get your numbers read, there's going to be parts of it that are maybe some of the disagreeable attributes.
That's right.
And there's the agreeable attributes.
That's right.
Some people are so happy with the agreeable. That's all they do. They leave dancing and happy. King Simon told me that I was a king and a queen. But did you listen to the disagreeable? Because the disagreeable part is what you need to work on.
Exactly.
Am I right, brother?
You are absolutely. Manage your weaknesses and strengthen your strengths. Yes.
You see?
You know what I'm saying?
But a whole lot of us major in minor things.
Yeah.
Think about that. Majoring in minor things. So minor things are things that ain't none of your business. It's hearsay.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all kinds of stuff that's minor. The stuff they keep flashing on the news and, you know, people that they canceling, you get all into that and you get all emotionally up into it. That's minor. What should be major is your stuff, who you are, you know, fortifying yourself, not saying, oh boy, you heard who's in office now. We through. Oh, you through.
Exactly.
You've been through. Because you think that affects you directly when what affects you directly is what you're eating today, what you're thinking today. Have you looked at your numbers today? You have, just because you read them once and you went over with King Simon, right? And you read a good book, or you know what I'm saying? You got to reinforce each day.
Yes.
This is what I call minding your business and businessing your mind. How does it add on to you? Add it up. Add it up. You remember that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Add it up.
Add it up.
That was heavy, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
I need to get a copy of that. If you got that, I need that, man. Add it up.
Add it up. This was teaching that.
And some people are so caught up in what they're wearing, how they look. That's actually minor.
Yes.
You're majoring in minor things. You think that your look is what creates your life. No, what creates your life is your energy, your vibration, who you are inside, how you resonate to the world. But all of that has to do with the choices that you're making.
Yes. Yes.
This class, The Body Never Lies. Remember, tonight is not the class. Tonight is a free webinar talking about the class and also talking about parasites and eating within the season. That's tonight. That's free. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Go to elevationtime.com to sign up to be part of that free webcast. But the class is actually Saturday.
Yes.
That is the Body Never Lies Part 3 class. Now, if I was you, because I was, and what it cost me to learn this, because this was something they were at the time when I learned it, you couldn't just go join the class. It wasn't something that was online. You could just go do. Oh, no. You had to do an oath. You had to be part of it. You had to write a letter of why you should be chosen. There was a lot we had to do to take this, and the price was not cheap. It was very expensive. But it was such an investment because I look at how many things it has helped me with. Whether I'm going to buy a house or not, whether I'm going to rent a place, whether I'm going to date somebody. I am using this technique for muscle testing for everything. How much of a certain herb I'm going to use in a formulation. Even formulating, because I'll be teaching the metaphysical herbal class. You know, our highest choice is to have that class ready by 2025. Yes. The type of herbalism that I do is, I don't know of anybody else doing it. And it's not just herbs. It's flower essences, essential oils. It's magnetic resonance. It's light frequencies, musical sounds. It's got to do with the monoatomic elements. There's a lot of things that I'm putting in every formula that I create. I don't know anybody else doing this. It's because I'm following a path based on the gut feeling, based on the cosmos talking to me. The average person, they don't know how to listen to the cosmos anymore because they got so much in their head, so much information. And information is not power.
Right.
It's the application
of information. Exactly.
Every course in life, right? Every path is 90% course correction. If you're in an airplane, that plane is not just going from point A to B. It's bouncing around. It's off course for miles. You don't even know. It's traveling at 500 miles an hour. It's not going straight. The wind is blowing it. There's air currents. If you're driving a car, it's course correction. If you're on a bus, if you're in a cab, they have to hold that wheel and redirect the car. Well, your vehicle is a kara. It's a carriage for your spirit and your soul. You got to really be careful about what you're choosing. Just because it sounds great and it sounds conscious and they dressed conscious, you know, there's a conscious dress now, you know what I'm saying? They look conscious. They had locks and they had copper and they had a crystal, huge crystal on his chest. I know he's deep.
He'd be flying at night. That part. But you said something earlier, Bubba. You said something about when you did it, it took a lot. It was like an initiation for y'all to do it. Now, do you think the people now are ready for what you have to offer coming up tonight and this Saturday? And only those who are ready will come in and say, would you say it like that? They will come to it because not everybody's going to jump on it, I know.
The minute you push the button, the minute you invest, because there's a cost.
Investment, exactly.
It's really funny because I go look and see how many people looked at the class. There's like 5 times as many people looked at the class than they saw how much it was going to cost.
Right.
And then they didn't push the button because they may be in a place where they feel like this investment is not worth it right now, or they got other things that they think it should be free because everything's free on YouTube. Everything is not free on YouTube. The deepest stuff is not on YouTube. YouTube is usually a bunch of commercials for something else. You see what I'm saying? The deep stuff is not being even, the internet won't even let you put it up. The deepest deep stuff. The minute you push that button for this class, you're already selecting and electing yourself. That's why I said you need to also get class 1 and 2, because as you're going through the class, especially class 2, it's an initiation. The whole class 2 is just asking questions. All I'm doing is asking questions. And when you answer these questions yourself truly, it goes deep. So by the time you get to class 3, then you're ready to do this. Now, a lot of things that I'm teaching now, I could not teach until now. I have taken oaths with many of the courses and things that I learned in the past and teachings from my 13 mentors.
Yes.
And Dick Gregory and Chief Little Bear and Dr. Ando all told me that, listen, this information, this deep information, you will not be able to give this out until 2020. It starts in 2020. Teach it all between 2020 and 2027. 2027 is so deep what's happening. And if you knew about 2027, and if you would like to study more of that, you can go to get the book. What the heck is it? It's hold on. Do I have it here? Gene Keys, the Gene Keys books.
I have it right here.
The Gene Keys. The Gene Keys. First, you need to know your gene key, which is a part of that is numerology.
Yes, it is.
See? So the Gene Keys will help you know where we are.
You want me to show it to him?
Yes, go ahead. Yes, please do.
I'm gonna put you in the front. Go ahead. Talk.
We're at Gene Key 55 right now. See, there's gene keys that are your there's your gene key, your personal gene key, but then there is also gene keys for the time we're in.
Yep.
We are in Gene Key 55.
Richard Rudd. Very good book.
Once you know what Gene Key 55 is, you're like, wait a minute, I got it now. You see what's going on in what you call politics and everything else. You know why this is happening. This is all for a reason. This is not just some who won. No, you got to become the winner now. Exactly. You've got to put yourself in the winner's circle, but you need to know where we are and where we are on the planet, because we're in the hyper quickening. We used to be in the quickening. We're in the hyper quickening now, where every molecule, every atom, everything, the energy of it is speeding up. It's speeding up. I was asked, because, we just put up a new, what's it called? The Sonic Immersion 2 song up on the internet. It's getting a lot of hits.
I love it. Oh man, I love it. And big up and thank you for that C3 product you gave us at your event. I take it before I go to sleep, sir. The best sleep.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. That was only available at that event.
Only at that event.
It's not on the website. That's C3. There's a lot of other things.
Yeah,
the Shilajit we gave out, the Shilajit tonic.
Yes,
that's up on the website too. And Shilajit means conqueror of mountains, because we have to be conquerors now. We have to be commanders of our system. We have to become CEOs. We have to become the captains. That's why this kinesiology, this body never lies class is so important, because you need to make better choices on what you're going to wear, who you're going to date, who you're going to sleep with, or who you're not going to sleep with. All of those things can be tested, not because the other person is bad, not because the situation is terrible. It's because there's an alignment already happening for you.
Right.
There's already what you might call angels and ancestors. And you see what I'm saying? That's for you. But we get caught up in this herd mentality. And we want to be more like the herd. We want to all look the same. You start looking at a lot of posts and they start looking the same. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the profiles, there's a certain look that people think that they need to have to be, you know what I'm saying, to get likes.
That's right. That's right.
It's not about likes.
It's not about the likes. I tell people.
If you look up the etymology of the word likes, you will say, whoa, wait a minute. This has got to do with death and killing and funerals. You have no idea where that word comes from unless you study etymology.
Etymology.
You see? So when you realize that your body will give you the true answer, if you are in a special space, you got to be in a neutral place. If you're already coming from a place of anger and fear, or if you're already too joyful, too happy, then the test is going to reflect that. So as I was saying earlier, how you ask the question is extremely important. The question must be first person, positive, present tense. What do you mean? So let's say you want to ask a question about dating somebody. A good way to say that is, dating this person would be good for me or is in alignment for me. If you ask The disagreeable, you will get a yes, because you've already programmed yourself to feel that and to have fear. You ask a question in a first person positive present tense. You can't ask a question about the past. It doesn't exist anymore. You can't ask a question about the future because it doesn't exist yet. It has to be right now. And it's got to be I, or I am, or we, or I will. And we'll talk about that, why that's so important. So how to ask the question, the position of your eyes, the position of your body, all of that's important. How to get a true yes or no from a pendulum, even if you're doing cardology, all of that. Yeah, I pulled a such and such card today. Well, what was you thinking? I woke up mad and I was angry about this. I threw some cards and I said, well, let's throw those cards again. Let's clear your mind. Let's get in the whole brain state. And you find out that the cards changed.
Exactly.
What changed was you. What's controlling those cards is you. What's controlling that pendulum? What's controlling your outcome and your income is you. You want to get wealthy? This is the technique. And I first saw it being used in a professional setting was at UCLA in the labs with the biologist who was making some formulations and he was using a pendulum. I said, what's going on? He says, well, we need to know if the solution is correct. In each thing we add to the solution, we use this. I'm like, wait a minute. So this y'all like witches and voodoo? What's going on? They said, no, this is quantum physics.
Quantum physics.
We're connected to the cosmos. And I watched how he would breathe. There's a breathing that you got to do before you ask the question too. You could be in the aisle. I see people using this in the aisle of the grocery store. They hold the product on their chest and they're leaning back and then leaning forward. That's a type of kinesiology. It's a type of muscle testing. But the person really wanted this product. And it said it was a healthy choice. And it was in the health food section. But it's got canola oil in it. Do you have any idea what canola oil is and why is it in almost every health food store product? And this, for a lot of folks, they're going to the health food section of their regular grocery store. So if you're in the health food section, what is the rest of the store? If you're going to a health food store, what are the rest of the stores?
There's a section in it.
You got a healthy section.
What's the other? The unhealthy section is over there. That's like common sense, dog.
But even in the word health, hell comes first. Right? Yeah. And a lot of people, a lot of these folks who are big companies, because this is a $5.4 trillion industry, wellness. Trillion. So a lot of folks are not into this for your health. So you're into health and wellness. They may just be into wealth and hellness. And they know they've tapped into this market. So a whole lot of things that people are choosing, it may be something that's good for some, but wouldn't you like to know what's good for you? Even what they call health food. All these lists of what we're supposed to eat, what we're not supposed to eat. I test a lot of products and it'll say no. This product is good for me. This product is in alignment for my goals. If you don't have a strong goal in life, we don't know what your test's going to come up because you don't even have a destination that you're moving towards in your life, a daily goal, a yearly goal. What's your plan? Who are you? A lot of folks don't really even know who they are. They've agreed to what everybody else has told them. Right. People call me all the time and they say, well, Dr. B, you're a great healer. I have never said I was a healer.
That's right.
That's a whole lot, man. You know, people tripping now. They put right on their profile, healer. Oh, you, man. See, you ain't been through the real deal with the real people out in the woods with the indigenous folks because they just don't call nobody something. You just cuss commercial now. I can just say it. You're a healer. What is that? You don't even know what that word totally means. It's okay. You can use it. I'm not coming down on y'all. Use it if you like, but you don't realize that you just changed your path, your dial. Your whole thing is off because it may not be as authentic as it should be. Many of the things I do, I was chosen to do, or I was asked to do, or I was taught to do by people who was not doing it for finances. And we was out in the woods doing all these things, and I took certain oaths with the real indigenous people, or with people who had that blood, or people who were on that path.
Mm-hmm.
So even this technique, when we were taught it, there was a whole oath that came with it, that you can't use this for disagreeable. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to use it in a disagreeable way, but people, a lot of times they do. They got that pendulum out. How can I get them back?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying there's a proper way to do it. But I now have, they've allowed me to open up and begin to teach this on a broader spectrum, on a broader to the public now. And those who would like to be selected will select themselves.
And why did it have to be revealed between 2020 and 2027?
Because a wave hit. It started in 1987. Right. Okay. The wave began in 1987. You can go back to Supernova 1987A.
Mm-hmm.
Look up Supernova 1987A. When that green light, it's like a green eyeball. When that light hit the earth, that's the first time the DNA was actually able to be totally read. That's when the whole genome opened up. When the light from the green laser, which was being beamed in from supernova, hit the planet. That's when they figured this whole, we got the genes. And they were good with the genes until they figured out that there was mitochondria.
And know what's so funny? That particular year was a 25, a number 7 year, which is 7 is more secrets being revealed, which is interesting. That's that year itself.
And the children born from 1987 on are of Christ consciousness. They're called the crystal babies.
Yes.
Christ technically means crystallized consciousness.
Crystallized consciousness, right.
It's not a guy. You see what I'm saying? It's not an office. You see? So at that time, there was an alignment that happened. There's these star alignments and these energy fluctuations in the cosmos that are moving us towards times, and the poles are shifting. Right now, the North Pole used to be, hitting the North Star. It was pointing towards, now it's not. They're saying it's moving over to a whole nother star. You see, so I was being taught how to be in alignment with that because of the way people are viewing. There's so much information out there right now, so much that we have available to us.
Now, do you recognize that from 1987 to 2020, that was 33 years?
Isn't that deep?
I just had to do it in my head. I'm like, wait a minute, that's 33. That's a master number.
33 is deep. Once you understand what 33 has got to do with, this has got to do with the 33 vertebrae. This has got to do with the Christ consciousness on the cross at 33. This has got to do with the true Christmas, which is coming up soon. And how come Santa Claus comes down the chimney, down the 33 vertebrae. That's the penniline that's coming from the pineal.
You taught that in the God thing, yeah?
I taught that in God part, but there's a video up that we also have called The True Christmas at elevationtime.com.
Yes.
And that's, this is coming up soon. We're in alignment for this, where the bones in your head, the cranial bones, your skull, begins to shift, and it squeezes right on the pineal, because the pineal is made of crystals. It's calcite crystals, and they are piezoelectric crystals that when you squeeze a piezoelectric crystal, it puts out a voltage, it puts out light, it puts out energy. There is one day called the True Christmas, which is within the 12 days of Christmas in that song. That is a deep metaphysical song if you understood the symbols and what they're saying in that song. Every year it shifts, though. You got to know the formula, because it all starts at Easter Monday. You heard what I said. And Good Friday. Once you know the formulation of how to calculate the next movement in alignment, it's going to be, 270 days later, which is the 9 months of the birth period in the womb. So True Christmas, right, happens at a particular time every year. You need to know when it is, because everything that you desire is on the table.
Right.
And you can program the penoline, the crystallized energy, as the penoline or the Santa, which is an oil. Santa is oil, comes down the chimney, and it hits the clausum, which is the part of your brain.
That's right.
The Claus, Santa Claus. It's a whole story. So that's online. What I'm saying is that we're giving this at this time of year because people got to make a lot of choices in the next couple of days.
That's right.
What you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, who should you hang out with, who are you connecting with? So folks want to know what Dr. B, wow, thank you for finally dropping that new Sonic Immersion 2. We dropped it at a specific time. I'm not putting out records because it's a good time. Look, most people don't know what a good time is because most people don't even know what time is. They have no idea what time really is and how seconds on a clock, right? Seconds are different than moments. Seconds are missed moments. Moments are experiences. They're not minutes. Moments are different than minutes. You see? But we're focusing on seconds, which is part of the Greenwich Mean Time, the Greenwich Mean Time, right? Based on the those people who are controlling time, controlling everything. You know, the changing. What is it? Sunlight. What is it? Daylight savings time, and all this. All this is a setup.
Right.
This is all to get you off your natural clock and to get the magnetite that's supposed to be the main mineral that has a lot to do with who you are in your direction, right? And also the iridium, which most people don't even have any iridium. That iridium is your natural time clock. That's why there's issues down in Haiti, because Haiti has one of the largest iridium mines on the planet. It's got to do with clock. And they use it in all computers, phones, everything that's got clock rates. It's iridium. That's why we've created that product, Platinum Life Elixir.
Yes.
Because it's got iridium in it, monoatomic iridium, which is your time clock. And the time clock helps you know how to know when and when to know how. That's deep. How to know when and when to know how. So my thing as a drummer is timing.
Yes.
It's rhythm. Go check out the new Sonic Immersion 2. It's on YouTube right now. Go to, my YouTube channel and check it out.
It's right here. The YouTube channel right here on the screen, right on the bottom here, YouTube, that's / at Doctah B Sirius. Make sure you go to his link tree, Doctah B Sirius, of course, and also Elevation Time is the website that you can get all the products, all the stuff, take the classes, get everything you need. Because we're not going to have Dr. B up here for a long period of time, my family. But you get, between now and 1 o'clock, y'all better ask whatever question you want to ask real quick, because that's it. Because he got to prepare for his thing tonight. So y'all better put them questions in there. But one of the questions I did want to ask Dr. B is that the young people nowadays that are getting into spirituality and just learning their bodies now, because again, the topic is the body never lies. And a lot of them, because of the distractions that's out there, what would you suggest they can do to more align with their body? Please.
1, stop using, wearing, and sleeping in plastic.
Woo! Man, oh, thank you for saying that, man. Go ahead.
Think about it. Plastic hair, plastic eyelashes, plastic underwear, plastic breasts, plastic butts.
The twins, Polly and Esther.
You're sleeping. Are you sleeping in something like polyester or one of those manufactured fabrics? This affects us so deeply because those frequencies that plastic and that artificial stuff that you're wearing, even in a lot of the makeup, you're down at the gym so you can get your 6-pack. What you wearing? What is those tight? What is that stuff you wearing? Because you want to look good down there. You want your stuff to pop.
Yeah, the spandex.
And you sweating?
Spandex.
Do you? Good. And you think you look good? Yeah, you do. Everything. Yeah. Oh wow, look at that. London Bridges comes falling down fast. This is a setup.
Them spandex, them bras that have made out of that unnatural material, the underwear made out of unnatural. I've seen it. I had to change everything. I threw out all of that stuff. that was either had a little bit of it. I got all fully cotton. I just got a whole cotton comforter, man. The most comfortable sleep I ever had.
Ever.
Cotton comforter.
And you see X's on the end of that. Ain't that unknown?
Exactly.
Expand.
It's the X.
You're expanding to a place you don't even know, but you want to look good.
Yep.
I see so many of my people that's supposed to be spiritual and conscious. I'm like, well, what you wearing? And they got on that makeup. They got on these colognes, a lot of the colognes. All of this stuff is it's fracturing your natural vibration. The next thing, a lot of the foods are full of microplastics, even your vegan stuff. I don't want to mention a couple of these vegan foods that's full of nothing but, GMOs. They got a burger that's all GMOs that they're saying is plant-based. It was made in an industrial plant. You think they're talking about the plants outside. So what you're eating or what you're not eating, also the type of probiotics. I have a probiotic that has 60 strains in it. 60 strains. Most people get 5 strains, 10 strains. It's 60 strains because your gut bacteria has a lot to do with who you are.
Yep.
Because there's more information going from your gut to your brain than the opposite way. You see? The music you're listening to. The music that you're listening to is programming you at such a deep level. Music goes deeper than the conscious and the subconscious. It taps into what we might call the hyperconscious. What are you choosing? And you don't even know.
Look at that. The probiotic, boy.
Probiotic. Well, that's the prebiotic.
That's the yes, man.
That's a prebiotic, which feeds the probiotics. If you don't have the right prebiotics. And a really good prebiotic is plantain.
Oh, I love me some plantain.
Even though it's sweet, your body can't digest that sugar, but the probiotics need that for food. Same thing with yam and a lot of other foods. The body can't digest that sugar, but it needs it. Or green banana. All of those things, so your gut has a lot to do with what choices you're making. Your body. Even a lot of things that you're calling health food. I'm telling you. Even some of the things that was on the list, oh boy, the Doctor blah, blah, blah said to do this, and because there's so many people not telling you what to eat. But if you knew how to ask the right question to get the proper response, your life would change. So this is why we're putting out the medicine music. So that one song that's out now, actually there's 2 of them. There's the Sonic Immersion 1, which was done months ago. Then there's Sonic Immersion 2. I'm actually working on 3 now. Those are gifts to people that they can just put on, repeat and just let that help to reprogram. We needed it at this particular time because of the holiday.
Yes.
That's why it's here in the holiday season. Somebody said they're going to be playing this for their family throughout the meal because you may have to go. You may go. I'm not saying don't go and celebrate and be with the people. I'm saying what you're listening to, if it's tuned to the right frequencies, like 432, 417, 444, 528. These are the tunings that we're using. These are natural vibes that actually tune your body up to the cosmos. If you're out of tune because of what you've been listening to, almost every commercial song is fracturing your energy field. You might like it. It's your favorite artist, but it's fracturing you at a deep spiritual level. You see, it's put you in deficit and you don't even know it. And you've agreed to it. It could be your favorite love song. I'm telling you, the frequency that is tuned to has a lot to do with who you become. So we are putting out a whole bunch of projects like that. We have a whole selection on our website of medicine music. So go to elevationtime.com and then go to medicine music at elevationtime.com and you can choose.
Look at it right there, y'all. Look at this. Woo! Look at Doctah B getting it in.
You see?
Love it.
All the sounds, everything is tuned to these sacred frequencies. Yeah. So now this class is going to tap deep in, and the folks who use this correctly, it's life-changing because almost every choice they made was pre-programmed for them.
Right.
A lot of folks don't even know that they were programmed to make the choices that they're making. They think it's my choice. No, it was programmed. You were programmed like sheep on a farm. You were programmed because of the oppression You were programmed because of whatever. And see, the thing is that the ego and the pain body, when you understand the power of the ego and the pain body, how they get together and become your adversary. Once you realize this, and you say, I got to start making some choices for myself.
That's right.
So tonight, once again, we're going to be talking about just an introduction to the Body Never Lies class, which is on Saturday, this Saturday. And we're also going to be talking about parasites, seasonal eating, and why all that's important at this particular time. And also, let me mention, for those of you who would like to come to our live event, we're going to be in Los Angeles on December the 8th at the Walk Good Center. We're doing a live demonstration, a concert, a discussion. That will be up on our site. You'll be actually go get on our email list at elevationtime.com. Join the email list. This is one of the first performances. You were at the very first one, the Transcendence that we did in Atlanta.
That's right.
Yeah, this one is Serious Vibes Live. It's going to be in Los Angeles. It's going to be from I think it's 4:00 in the evening until 8. It's going to be a whole nother level. So those of you who are in Los Angeles, around Los Angeles, or would like to go to that, get on our email list so you can join. And then there also is going to be an online stream of this if you'd like to also, be there, and not have to be there. So that's going to be on the 8th of December. And we're doing it on an 8.
Yes.
Not because we just like the date.
No.
It's 8, which is theta, which is eta, which is acha, which is a bridge. That 8 vibration is huge.
Yes, it is.
Now, check this out. The track that you was just playing.
Yes, sir.
The Sirius, the sonic immersion.
Yes.
It's recorded in an 8. When you start understanding what a 6/8 rhythm is about, and you take the 6/8 rhythm and tune it to the specific cosmic frequencies, and and people say, well, this whole new thing with this frequency music is brand new. I started doing this in 1999. We have a project we're about to re-release, Urban Shaman, Keys to the Inner Sanctum. It came out in the early 2000s. That was the first one of its kind. So somebody called me. They said, well, Doctor, you're the father of frequency music. I said, ooh, I like that. Everybody's talking about it now. It's not new. It's just we're just finding out about it. So now my thing is to step forward. And it's not just about the singing bowls. It's not just about the sage and the crystals. It's about the sacred rhythms.
Right.
There's certain rhythms that take you into the trance state. You see what I'm saying? There's certain sounds and frequencies. The instrument that I'm playing mostly on that track is called an udu. It's a Nigerian udu pot. Udu means water pot. It's got liquid in it, water. And it goes doo-whoop, 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 doo-whoop. It tunes every chakra. And playing it in a certain sequence, now your body begins to say yes to what? What you're going to eat. You could play that track right there every day. You're going to make better choices. You're going to feel better about yourself. Just from listening to certain frequencies will tune you up to what is a good yes or a no. A lot of times we say yes too much. Okay, well, that's my cousin, so I got to do it. Well, I'm a part of that group, so I got to join in. Excuse me. But they say doing this is conscious, so I'm going to do it. Well, actually, it should be a no for you. We have got to begin to become individuals, and we got to become indivisible individuals. What is an indivisible individual? Indivisible. King Simon is indivisible. He's got his way, his walk, his movement. He's not going to change. We've been out at parties and different things, and people was drinking. He got a glass of water with a lemon in it.
That's right. How you doing it?
Come on, King. Come on, have a drink. Oh, do this. We're doing a ritual down by the river. He ain't there because he's indivisible from his path.
Right.
So when you become an indivisible individual, No matter what the group is using, no matter what they're saying, you're not going to get involved in the plastic life.
That's right.
Most people are plastic. They got a mask on. They're living in a masquerade. And once you realize what a masquerade party is all about, then you'll say, oh, wow, look at all the parties I'm involved with. Look at the religion. It's a party. It's a group. It's religion. A legion is a military group. You know, and a lot of your movements that are coming up right now are not based on anything that's totally natural. It's just based on mind control, population control. It's time for us to get off of the merry-go-round. It ain't happy. You see them horses and they look mean on the merry-go-round. Listen to the music. That ain't a fun thing.
Yeah, they look like they were traumatized.
You see it, and the child becomes prompt. Yeah. The thing is made out of some type of plastic. The whole thing is plastic. We got to get out of the plastic society. We got to stop the fake up and get real. Just wash all that stuff off. Let's get real. Let's get down to who you really are. Because I don't know who you are if you're all faked up and you're wearing fake clothes and you got fake attitude and you got a fake mindset and you're saying greetings and royal morning and all this kind of stuff. It's fake. And then, you know, somebody called me the other day talking about greetings and, you know, so something. And then they start talking crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just say good day. Good day. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it a good day, like Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? Let's make every day a good day. Ice Cube was dropping it. Dad, be a good day.
A good day. Exactly.
Now y'all had questions.
I don't know. They didn't put any questions. If they don't have any questions, it's all right, Bob. But I just want to make sure we expose what's going on tonight and for Saturday. Tonight is an introduction, like he said, and Saturday is the actual class. The Body Never Lies, Class 3 Introduction on elevationtime.com. Make sure you go straight to that website and support whatever my brother Dr. B is doing. He is such a loving soul, and I appreciate you so much, sir. I
appreciate you, and I'm glad you're real. You're a real person. I remember when I first met you, man. When I first met you, it seemed like I knew you. You had 1,000 buttons on. You had that Kung Fu, you know, Shang Dynasty jacket.
Jamaican.
You know what I'm saying? And it was a connection right away because it was real.
It was real. It was real. And I appreciate the realness that you always offered, brother, and jumping on here. And I can't wait to see you again, sir. I know. And the products have done wonders. Like I told you, I even cook with this product here, man. I got to make sure. Well, I don't cook with it. I sprinkle it on after I finish, and it's really, really helpful, bro.
Yeah, really that's helpful. the what's it called? The
prebiotic essential balance.
Essential balance. That's like food that you don't even need to eat. You eat that. Because a lot of folks don't realize that not eating is one of the best things we can do. It's that way you start clearing out all the debris in the body and you start getting clear. Your mind and everything gets clear. So you can get the clear channel. What we're attempting to do is get the clear channel.
Right.
Where we're making those choices and moving based on what's already set up for us. And do you know what's really interesting?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that in your cells is at least 4,000 people?
Ooh. Oh, no.
Your ancestors. Let's just talk about in America. If you take your parents and then their parents and then their parents, and you keep counting their parents, it keeps expanding.
Right.
You go back, let's say 300-400 years, you're going to have 4,000 ancestors. I had to sneeze for a second.
Bless you.
That was my ancestors. They was telling me, you break it down.
Anybody want to cam up real quick? So ask Dr. B a question. I will put it up there just real quick. I don't know if he has time. Do you have a little time, sir?
What's a cam up?
That means they could come into the, like Brother Rich do with you sometime. They come
on in. Let's cam up. I like that one.
The cam up. If you want to cam up, you got to cam up, though. Don't come up there looking like you crazy. Make sure you're not in a tub like that last guy that came on Brother Rich.
He was in a tub?
He was jumping into the shower.
What are you talking about?
This wasn't with you. It was with somebody else. It was hilarious. We said, come on, bro. We ain't doing this. Come back on when you got close.
What was his goal? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know what he was thinking about.
He was real goal-minded.
Oh, so if you want to talk to Dr. B, it's a beautiful Thursday afternoon. If you want to talk to, at least over here in Georgia, if you want to, the link is right there right now. I'll take one or two people that want to talk to Dr. B real quick on camera. I got to come on the screen. I'm not taking no. I will take phone calls if you want to make a phone call. If you want to do that, I take phone calls too. Let me put the phone number right here, right now on the top, right here. Phone number. Let me remove that. Okay, I got something blocking that. Let me move that. The phone number is 718-210-8853. That's 718-210-8853. Got a question for Dr. B, or you can cam up and hang out with us right now, live and direct. You'll be part of this broadcast. But Dr. B, one of the questions I love that you brought up Gene Keys back in the day. It's funny that you say we're in Gene Keys 55, because when I did the numbers to Pluto in Aquarius, it added up to a number 55. And we're right now in Pluto in Aquarius.
Bro.
According to astrology.
Bro, numbers don't lie.
No, sir.
People do.
Yeah, people lie.
Your body never lies. And your body is based on sacred mathematics. And once you learn the sacred mathematics of the body, and once you really understand the sacred geometry that your body is based on, oh, it gets deep. Yes. And you tap in. So we're teaching folks and allowing folks to tap in, but you must choose yourself. See, real winners choose themselves. How do you become a winner? You choose yourself.
That's right.
You got to tap in. You got to invest. People want stuff, people want some stuff to be just given a lot, but invest and then say return 1,000-fold whenever you invest.
Right. Matter of fact, thank you very much, because just because of that, every day I make sure I say currency will circulate back to me 1,000-fold.
Yes.
That's what, and I said, I got it from Dr. B.
And I'll say change one word.
What
is.
Word? Huh?
Take will and use is.
Is, yes. Okay, Brett, I'll change that. Currency is. There you go. Put that in there. Good.
Will puts it in the future, and will never comes.
Right. Currency is circulating, I should say. Circulating, right? So y'all see what I'm doing here, family. Trying to talk this great magic into existence. We are doing that. So I guess nobody wanted to call in. Y'all might be at work and can't call in. I got it. I understand. We got 53 over here on YouTube. We got another 40 on Facebook. Okay, I see what's happening here. And Instagram just dropped because they only gave us an hour. And so I'm like, it's all right. Instagram been shadow banning us for a few weeks. A lot of us. But Dr. B, I want to just thank you anyway for the elevation time, extraordinary existence of who you are. And thank you. And if anybody have any questions real quick in the chat, if you can't come up, I understand. Please put a question in and then we'll go from there. But after this, that's only one question I'm going to take, because he's busy. I'm busy. We got things we got to do. And we're keeping it on a healing frequency all the time. But Dr. B, thank you very much for coming on and showing love, man, and everything that you do, bro.
And thank you very much for your presence and all that you do, for helping all of us with our our presence. You're always online. He's always there giving us direction. So you are the direction finder. He's the Q. Remember the Q from Star Trek? He gives directions. You see? Become the Q.
And that's funny.
So once again, so we can be clear, tonight at 7 p.m.
We got somebody coming in. We got somebody coming in. Okay. Hold on 1 second. We got Holly Hammett in the building. We got Hammett in the building. What's up, Hammett?
How you fellas doing? Y'all doing all right today, guys?
Amazing.
We're good, brother. What's the question? What's the question you got for Dr. B before he gets out of here, brother?
Thank you so much for everything you're doing. First of all, there's a hertz I'm hearing about called 639 hertz, a healing frequency to some degree. What I'd like to do on my project, I'm going to ask you, should I go ahead or do 639 all the way through, or halfway? Can I 639 and then change the frequency? You see what I'm saying? Like, should I just have it? Can I rather?
Okay. First of all, which DAW are you using? Which
DAW?
Yeah. Which
I don't know what that is.
Are you using?
I'm using an app called BandLab.
Oh, see, I don't know BandLab, but most DAWs will have a tuning. You can tune it right in the DAW and tell the DAW to everything that it's in there to that frequency. The difference is it's not going to tune your voice and things like that. Only the instruments that are inherent in that particular production device. So like I use Logic. So in there you can tune Logic to 432, 6, whatever you'd like. And now every instrument that you play is already tuned. The difference is if you use third-party programs, they won't be tuned. You got to tune each one individually. The other way to do this, the easy way, is to record it just like normal in 440. Then you can take it, and there's devices out there that you can play your master through, and it will flip the frequency for you. You can tell it, what is the goal? What is the goal that we would like to get to? And you could do it that way. And that way it tunes everything. The drums, everything gets tuned to those frequencies.
Word.
Thank you, Brother Hammett, for calling in, man. I got another person behind you coming in, and keep on. Let me go to Elevation Time and join his classes and what's coming up. Okay, brother? All right, peace and love. We got Karma in the building. What's up, Karma? How you doing, sis?
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. What's up, beautiful? What's your question for our brother?
I don't have a question. I just wanted to say thank you. I love you guys. You guys are doing so awesome. I am inspired personally because I need more content myself. So thank you. Thank you for everything you do. That's it. That's all.
Thank you. Do you have a podcast? Do you have a podcast or something? What are you doing?
I do go live. I'm a singer.
Good.
I make music.
And you talking to Dr. B, you better hit up with him. You never know. You never know, because he brought on 2 singers at the Gathering of the Masters that tore the place down.
I missed it. I did go to the Conscious Awards, which was beautiful.
Thank you.
I saw you guys there. I was there in a red dress.
Okay.
It was nice.
Thank you so much for coming in. What's the name of your as a singer, what type of music do you sing? And what is are you recording? Are you about to produce? Are you releasing any material?
Yes, I actually do have a song I just put out recently. It's called Privilege. And then there's another one called Falling. Maybe I can send it to you guys. I don't know how.
Hey, put your website or your thing in the chat and I'll show it right here, okay? So we can know what's going on. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. All right. Thank you for coming in.
All right. Bye.
All right. Love people. And somebody just asked, where do I start with my spiritual journey? Go ahead.
I would start by taking the course. The Body Never Lies. Yes. Because from that point on, you'll be making great choices and decisions for your type of spirit. You got to know where to start. And a lot of times what we do is for many, many years, I know, man, it was maybe 20 years when I'm searching, seeking, reading this book, studying that. I remember back in the day, we had VHS tapes, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get knowledge from, everywhere we could. Your spiritual journey has already begun. You couldn't be alive without it because your blood vessels are spiritual. They're moving in spirals. Your nervous system, you are based on spirals and you're in a spiral universe.
Right.
So you have already begun. Now, it's about knowing which path to take next. That's why we say the Body Never Lies courses, right? Classes are a really good place to start. And then we have a lot of classes and courses and free webinars at elevationtime.com. There's one called The Right Use of Imagination. Right. That one is huge.
Yes.
Oh, when you understand what imagination is and what that word means, those of you who are out there right now, write the word imagination. And then take the letters and see how many words you can make. You're about to be blown away.
Yep. Wow.
I am a nation. I am a genie, a geniation. Yep. It's so deep. A nation of genes, a nations of genies. It's so many things in that word. And even, Einstein, that was one of the things that he said. The one thing that's more powerful than science is imagination.
Somebody just asked, Dr. B, I brought you a total body male parasite cleanser, but I also purchased some CMOS and Patomega from KT. Should I wait to take KT's product until after the cleanse, or can I do both?
Shout out to brother KT. That brother's he's another one from somewhere else. That's my brother right there.
Yes.
We have found that our products at Elevation, especially our cleanse, works with almost everything. Because as long as it's natural, it's just an additive. It's a supplement that goes with it,
right.
So yes, CMOS and any of the phytoplankton and the omega-3s, 6s, and 7s, and 9s. A lot of those products work very well to go along with the cleanse. So you don't have to wait because they're doing different things. Because our cleanse is not just a cleanse, right? Cleanses can be destructive. I don't know if you know that. Cleanses can be destructive because they're pulling things out of you, even some of the good stuff. So we also have to be rejuvenating constantly. So in our elevated total body program and our total body program, there's elements in there that are actually feeding back into the system. So it's full, nutrition that you're receiving. Actually, there's a lot of superfoods in the program. But if you'd like to add certain things, the one thing I tell people don't add are things like golden seal. Don't add I even say that in the instructions in the booklet, because golden seal, people don't know, is a hybridized created plant. Not that all hybrids are bad, but this one, it's made to be very aggressive. It's like dropping an atom bomb. It just destroys everything, good, bad, ugly, right, wrong. It just blam. Now, if we were to use Oregon grapefruit, which is one of the plants that they crossbred to make golden seal, then that's different. Or barberry is another one that they use to help make the golden seal hybrid. I'm not saying hybrids are bad, because some hybrids are very powerful, and nature has made some hybrids, and some of y'all listening is hybrids.
Hybrid. One more question.
Some is low bred. You got hybrids and low bred.
They don't have no bread. That part. Why y'all coming to bother me? Now
that's a bar right there. The hybrids, the low breds, and the no breds.
No bread.
That's really good right there, brother.
Now, so last question here. Have you heard about 728 frequency? I heard it to be real love frequency, and 528 is bad. Can that be true?
This whole thing about what's good and what's bad, this is really getting to be deep.
Yeah.
There is no bad frequency.
That part.
There's no such thing as a bad frequency. Even 440 isn't bad. It's just that it causes distortion. None of them are bad. Who told you that? 528 is bad. No, 528 is a powerful frequency. They use that in the laboratory to repair DNA.
Serve its purpose.
But all these other frequencies are very good too. You have to know when to use them. You got to know when to know how, and how to know when. See, so everything is connected to its opposite.
Right.
Everything is connected to its opposite.
Yep.
You could be the best person in the world, but I could slap you and cuss you out and the bad comes out. You understand what I'm saying? Try to, King Simon has the most beautiful heart in the world. Swing at him. You understand what I'm saying? You won't even know you swung.
You're terrible.
Am I right? You won't even remember swinging.
No, you won't.
So this whole thing about we need to be good and be positive. No, you need a little bit of everything. And the high vibration. Listen, nature, the earth is the lowest vibration. Is that bad? Is Mother Earth disagreeable because it's a low vibration?
Exactly.
It's about navigating every journey, right? It's course correction, knowing how to know when and when to know how. That's why we say, take the course.
That's
the body never lies. Elevationtime.com. Was there one more question?
I think, one I missed. Integrated energy therapy. Can you break that science down more? Are you going to teach that at the class, or what you going to do? Integrated.
First of all, that's huge right there. That's like 5 college courses.
Yeah, that's
all energy is integrated. Now, people come up with techniques. You see what I'm saying? And they say, well, this is the thing that we do here at this place. And that may work. Be careful, though, because a lot of the technologies that are coming up with now, they're using machines.
Yeah.
If that machine plugs into the wall, then it has 60 hertz as its base frequency. 60 hertz causes pain. 60 hertz is destructive. So the machine that they're using that's supposed to do all these things, these frequency machines, right? Some of them are for health, unless it has a special transformer system. If it has a toroidal transformer, that means it's creating a toroid or a torus. It changes the frequency from being destructive to one that's healthful. So a lot of these technologies, these machines are, you know what I'm saying? You got to check out the real technology behind it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you see, so, there's machines that can be helpful and ones that can be destructive. And we got in a society where we want it quick. I just want to go down and get this, they're doing this light wave electric shock, and you sit in the room and they hook you up. we got to be real careful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you took the course, the body never lies, and you use the muscle testing and the kinesiology, it will tell you if that technique is good for you and your 4,000 ancestors, because you are actually 4,000 beings. Mm-hmm. Whoa, that's deep. You have the tools, you have the power, you have the knowledge of 4,000 beings.
Baba, I want to thank you, man, for all that you offer. I'm gonna play out your music while we're closing out because I want that to resonate with people as we're getting out of here. Thank you very much for this, because I really enjoyed when you put this up and you shared it with me. I said, oh man, I was getting ready to go lay down and relax, and that joint was helpful, sir. Thank you very much. The dreams also. Oh my goodness. I have a dream journal. After I heard that, the dreams. Oh, brother. Thank you so much for that.
Somebody asked me, they said, well, Dr. B, is that new track you put up 432? It's 432 and many, many other frequencies all happening at the time. That main instrument you see in the middle that looks like a pyramid.
Yes.
That's an udu. That's a special custom built udu. There's only a few of them I've even seen. That one runs through all the frequencies. It goes do. It's going through all of them. So when you listen to that, it's actually tuning you. So whatever your goal is for the day, you play the track.
Yes.
Focus on that. Use it as your meditation. Folks are saying they're sleeping to it. A lot of my old musician friends are calling, say, Doc, man, let's go in the studio, man. Can you do I got rappers saying, can you put one of those together for rap? Depending on the budget, we can
that's you and Andre 3000, sir. I think
you see? That's what I keep hearing. Well, you should produce. Well, tell Andre to call me. Well, I'm down. I love Andre 3000 and what he's doing. It's really deep because he actually took this whole type of music and really put it on the map on the mainstream. So shouts out to Andre. He's doing amazing work.
Yes.
But if some of y'all want to get with the father,
that's right.
Then you call Dr. B. And there's a lot happening right now. So we're really busy. So we can't say yes to everything. A lot of things we have to learn how to say no. But if the right situation pops up, you know what I'm saying, then we're open to it. But make sure you come if in LA, we're doing that event on the
December 8th
of December. That's gonna be off the chain because we're gonna be doing some experimental things that have never been done. And it will be what they call a sound bath. Or even deeper, what we call an emergence. So it's not just using frequency and bowls, it's using rhythms and sounds. And we'll be talking about frequency and vibration. But I'll see all of you tonight at 7. That is a free webcast. And the class is on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know you'll be there, brother.
Yes, sir.
So if you don't have a pass, make sure you call me so I can plug you into the pass.
Yes, sir.
We can pass it on and get to our path.
That's right.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Make sure y'all go. Elevation Time is scrolling on the bottom, elevationtime.com. Thank you for the donation, Pops Gallery. Thank y'all very much for showing us some love. And Dr. B, I will talk to you. I'm going to play your music behind as we're leaving out, man. Thank you very much for showing us some love, brother. Thank you.
And travel light. You don't need all that luggage. Most of it's not ours.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's Dr. B. Want to thank our brother, Dr. B. His music is going to be playing right now. Family, make sure y'all support Dr. B. Whatever he's doing, however he's doing it, make sure y'all go to the free webcast tonight at 7 p.m. And don't forget, Saturday is going to be the major class. Enough respect to whatever he does. Remember, you're watching King Simon present Only Quality People. Get ready to get on out of here and get the heck out of here like fucking. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Remember, support all of my spouses. I'll be showing all of my spouses right now as the music is playing. Take care, and remember, I love you because I love you. Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator. Some people think that this esoteric knowledge is for the rich and powerful, when in actuality, the so-called 85% has a spark in them that if it is sparked through numerology, astrology, motivation, whatever, it will raise them up from an 85%, maybe to a 10%, and eventually they become the 5%. Or prosperous righteous teachers. You gotta understand that this knowledge is not just for one class of people. We gotta get out of the classes.